Hello everybody, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Leaf. Welcome, Amiibo. Yeah, I know, Rossetti. I didn't mean to, my man. Yeah. Batteries died, my man. I'll say that. It was... the citrus crashed. Oh, that sucks so much. I have canker sore in my mouth, so I can't talk much. I've been eating nothing but ice cream all day, so I'll try pudding tomorrow. So how are you? I really do need to write letters to the animals. I don't... Yeah, like, I need to, like... I want to say all the things I already said again, but, like... Because I was, like... 10 minutes into recording, and then it crashed, and I feel awful, because, like, I have plans for when I was done recording today, and, yeah. God, that sucks. It was literally when trying to crack open the gem rock, it just crashed. I almost just don't want to touch the gem rock. Just to be safe. Bonus is I remembered where these two fossils were. That sucked so much. I wonder if the money rock will still be in the same spot. Saves me some effort. This was bamboo. I'll just leave it. Because this was the money rock. That sucks so much. Yeah, this is still the money rock. Okay. I kind of hate it when the citrus decides to die on me. One thing I need to say, because, like, it is very pertinent to my life, and, like, these videos are me. Like, what you're getting is me. I have a girlfriend again, and I'm so freaking excited. I asked her out last night, and she said yes. I am so happy about this. Like, yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna bash the gem rock, but I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna save and continue. Because this is something you can always do. It pops up the saving screen. And it saves. And you have a minor load, and then you're right back where you were. Literally not even a gem we haven't seen before. Okay. Whatevs. Hey, Bella. Is it you, Steven? About this hour? Look at you go. So what's up? Wanna chat? Lately I've been totally into home decorating shows. I think I can make my room look a lot happier by adding something new. Give me something that would fit well. Appreciate it. I don't actually know. Bork. How you feeling? Nighttime is nice for recharging your batteries. Take it nice and slow. What do I talk about? Let's talk. How you thinking about it? I haven't eaten anything since I woke up. Sorry, Skippy. You can run real quick and get me a fruit. Not just any fruit either. It'll be nice. Okay, I can get you an orange. Got your back, Lobo. I know I was starting to ramble about, like, Warhammer 40k stuff that's going on lately. But, like, I feel like where I don't know a huge amount about that, I probably just shouldn't. You know, something I can actually ramble about. And, this is actually something that's a very valuable thing for anybody. I've been waiting for this moment my whole life. Something special about the flavor of that. A really good orange. I'm completely satisfied right now. My robo wall. Neat. It's, like, it's something that everyone falls into, but it's something that you should be aware of and try to broaden your views about stuff, basically. And that's like, and I got thinking of this because of a Potato Quality video earlier. He's a World of Warships community contributor. That quite often I have issues with the things he says. Like, I don't agree with him on a lot of things. Hello, Fuchsia. Hey, you. Any interest in my fine Kishiki wall? See, I bought a bunch of them by mistake. I know, duh. Anywho, I was gotta get rid of my surplus. Sure. I'll buy it. Seems legit. But, like, that's what makes watching him better for me. It's that I don't agree with him on everything about World of Warships. You won? Can't say I like getting in a debt to a tough guy like you, but thanks, sister. How's not getting in debt? You offered a product, I paid for it. But, like, it basically... Like, there are things I definitely agree with him on, as well as, like, I don't just disagree with him all the time. But, like, it broadens my view to have a contradictory opinion to my own presented to me. So, like, you know, there'll be instances where he's like, man, this thing's bad. But I can see that it's bad because of something he's doing. Or, you know, he'll make a skill decision that's not one I would make. But it lets me see what making that other decision would be like without having to make it myself. It's been pleasant today, hasn't it? Something you wanted? Want to chat? Steven, have you ever heard of feng shui? It's the ancient art of interior decorating. Okay, that's a simple way of putting it, but basically it helps you arrange your home in an optimal way. For example, yellow objects should be placed in the west side of your home. Green items belong in the southern part of your home. There are advantages to doing it this way. Need more advice? I'd be happy to stop by for a free consultation. I don't buy into feng shui, but thanks, I guess. I have no idea where the final fossil is. But, like, the basic principle of what I'm getting at is you can't make a properly informed decision in an echo chamber. Which I feel is what a lot of the World of Warships community has done over the years, is solidify their echo chambers. And it makes them feel like the game is worse than it is. And then they ultimately end up quitting a game they still enjoy because they've convinced themselves it's bad. Like, as an example, like people who are quitting over the carrier change that happened a few years back. Like, okay, sure, you're quitting over carriers, but what are your actual thoughts on carriers? Usually when asking these people, they're just like, well, this community contributor said. It's like, well, no, that's their thoughts. What are yours? Are you just listening to them be angry about carriers and then being angry too because you agree with them on other things? Because that happens when you're in an echo chamber. Because you'll find yourself agreeing with someone on, like, 80% of things. You won't challenge the ones that you don't agree with because you feel like you just have to agree because you already agreed with the person. Like, it's just one of those things that, like, I feel like I picked up from watching a lot of comedians when I was younger. A lot of what would now, if they were doing their content these days, would be considered very controversial comedians. You know, your George Carlins, your Robin Williamses, you know, people like that. Your Dave Chappelle's. Hello again, Rory. Hey, Steven. You lost some weight? Don't you want to beef up instead? You know, like me? Yeah, I have lost some weight, but I'm putting it back on, which is really nice. Like, I have my girlfriend to thank. She really pulled me up out of this depression, and like, yeah. Oh, it feels so nice being able to say that again. Like, I'm such a hopeless romantic. Ah. But like that's honestly something that even like the big community contributors for World of Warships fall into. Because like using Potato Quality as an example. He made a video a couple of years ago at this point, basically saying carriers don't belong in the game and giving all of his reasons while admitting that he doesn't play carriers. And, while his stats are good, they're not amazing in specifically carriers. But his argument was, well, unless your stats are as good as mine in total, you shouldn't have a say in this because you're not a good player. Which is a really just bad way to look at things. It also fundamentally misunderstands the role of, like, a coach in, like, competitive gaming. Like, Total Biscuit was not as good as any of the players that he coached on StarCraft 2. But you wanted him as your coach because he was very knowledgeable on the game. He just couldn't play it as well as you could. Like, it's things like that. Like, you don't need to be some god at the game to understand the game. So, like, even when there were people in the comments of his video basically leaving well-written, thought-out responses to his complaints about carriers, and basically pointing out the flaws in his arguments, he wasn't giving them the time of day because they're not, top 5% players, so they don't matter. At least that was the definite vibe he was giving off with that video. And, like, I kind of hate that, because, like, okay, I used to play StarCraft 2 on a pretty high level. If a Bronze League player were to come up to me and be like, hey, so I think you're doing this wrong, I'm gonna listen to them. I don't care that they're a Bronze League player and I was low Masters. Like, I'm going to listen to them because they have a different perspective and they might be right. And if nothing else, it's an opportunity for me to explain to them why I do things the way I do things. You know? It's an opportunity to share knowledge one way or the other. And that's good. Sharing knowledge is how everybody gets better. It's pulling everybody up. And, like, I will fully admit, there were some points that Potato made in his Carriers Shouldn't Be in Warships video that are valid. As someone who plays a lot of carriers, yeah, I definitely agree. Carriers can be a bit oppressive. Even more so back then. But they're not that anymore, and soon enough they're going to be even less oppressive. Yet, his opinion isn't changing. He is solidified in his opinion. And there's a lot of people also in that camp that are just, they're not gonna listen. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of nerfs wargaming does to carriers, if they even so much as give a minor buff to them in any way whatsoever to try to compensate for that nerf, it's going to be spun as wargaming's just buffing carriers. Because that's exactly what the community has done with submarines. And that's not to say I agree submarines are in a good spot. They're kind of not. They're frustrating to play against and have so little battle impact that it's just... it's not fun for anybody. Like, submarines across the board have the lowest average win rate amongst the top 5% of players. Of any ship class. And that's not from lack of battles, either. Lack of battles would actually make it look better than it is. Like, it's literally, submarines just have a very low battle impact because all they are is damage. And we have battleships for that, and battleships put out damage more reliably, with less luck involved. Because there is a fair bit of luck to submarines. Your opponent has to not know how to play against you. And if they do know how to play against you, you're screwed. So, like, it's just one of those things of, like, the constant submarine bashing gets old. And, like, yeah, there's changes that could be made to submarines. Now, I say it gets old, but I'm also in the camp of submarines are still new enough that if Wargaming wanted to, they could remove them. And in their current state, I feel like that might be the best course of action, but I also don't want to see them removed from the game. It's awkward. I'd rather see them get removed from random battles. At least for the time being. Because they are just unfun for both sides. Like, yeah, sure, the submarine player might get the occasional, like, really good torpedo salvo off, and it feels really good. But that's, like, once every, like, 5 to 10 games. And otherwise, they're just harassing the enemy team. The enemy team's not being able to do much back. Rinse, repeat. Like, they'd be having just as much battle impact, and, well, they'd be having more battle impact, but doing the same thing, just playing a destroyer. So, like, how much more space? 2 more. Yeah, I'm just kind of killing time until 8, so I can go to my KK concert. But, like, I do want to say, like, it is perfectly fine to watch people that you agree with, and to listen to people you agree with. It's just, when you're trying to make a decision on something, try to find opposing viewpoints. Because, like, it's helpful. And try not to just hate that opposing viewpoint because it's opposing to you. Like, you would not believe, just using World of Warships as an example, of how many times I've literally had people shoot down my perspective on, say, World of Warships random battles because I play carriers. As if that, like, completely negates my opinion on anything about the game. It's like, no, I play everything. I do best in destroyers. It's also helpful to be able to try to pick out... Ooh, it's starting to rain. Hiccups. It also helps to try to be able to pick out when people are just being controversial. Like, there are some former CCs for World of Warships that will argue up and down, even Potato Quality does this, that carriers are super easy and anyone can play them and do well. Yet they always conveniently ignore the fact that the AI can't play carriers. It sucks with carriers. And anytime they're trying to demonstrate their point of this, they always use the carrier Franklin D. Roosevelt, which even carrier players agree is an overpowered carrier. But one ship of a class being overpowered is nothing special. The battleship Musashi is insanely overpowered. It's a tier 10 at tier 9. Like, that in of itself is enough to, yeah, this thing's overpowered. Julio Cesare, tier 5 battleship with tier 6 stats. Kamikaze R. well, not Kamikaze R, but Kamikaze and Kamikaze R and Fushin. They're all the same ship. They're all pre-nerf Japanese destroyers back when the Japanese destroyers were overpowered. Like, there are overpowered ships of every type. Anyone could do probably pretty well playing any of those ships. But that's the thing. That anyone could probably do well playing them. Because they're overpowered. Just like FDR. It's funny how that works. Like, FDR is powerful, but so are the other powerful ships. So, like, always grabbing it as the example piece is like, you know, it's misleading, to say the least. Hey, Mott is here. Hey, Steven. Fancy meeting you here, bud. Queen, what you need? Want chat? You ever made a request for a song? I took the plunge and requested a cover song, but it hasn't been played yet. Hey, Steven. Have you been grooving? Feeling the beat tonight? No doubt. Cool. Taking requests, you got an itch for an old favorite? You can belt out the name of the song or just tell me how you're feeling. I want to tell you my mood, because I am feeling good. Cool, I got your vibe. My axe is hot to play. Cop a seat, Pete. I'm gonna sit way over here. I just don't want to sit next to Mott. So mean to Mott. KK Samba. That was really nice. I like KK Samba now. I mean, I kind of always liked every KK song. I don't think I've ever heard KK Samba, so I might have. I don't know. I find it funny how Mott hasn't had his request played. It's like KK also knows. But yeah, it's always just wild to me of just how far some of the community contributors will go for World of Warships to be like, nah, carriers are so broken because look at this one broken carrier. Like, hello, Jeremiah. This might sound kind of weird, but I really love the smell of dirt. Squeak. So what can I do for you? Watch out. I'd love to plant some flowers around my house. Just have to decide on a color. Any. All. I'm gonna buy some poop. Thanks, Leaf. That's all I was coming in here for. But, like, I can almost guarantee that, like, if I did a video in the same sort of style that they do their carriers are overpowered videos, there'd be so many people, but, like, did, like, battleships. There'd be so many people that are like, no, you're wrong, because like, that's just an overpowered battleship. Yet, if you were to, like, be like, yeah, but that's just an overpowered carrier, they'd be like, all carriers are overpowered. It's like, you're kind of... They just like proving the point, is what I'm getting at. Have these trees finished growing? Yes, they have. Okay. I just wanted to make sure, because I was going to, like, fertilize one of them if that sounded wrong. It's going to plant the fertilizer near them. I'll do fertilizer right here. Because, like, I could probably, like, go and grab, like, an overpowered battleship, like a Thunderer, and do well. Like, I think my average in Thunderer is well above my normal average. So, like, you know, I could do it. But, like, it's dishonest of me to do it, because I know battleships aren't overpowered as a whole. I don't even think Thunderer is all that overpowered. It's just more consistent than normal. KK Samba. Okay, hearing it this way, I don't like it, but... Well, I mean, I kind of like it. I don't know. I liked the main version better. I think it's just because it's reminding me of in Pave. Ah, yes. I still need to put something on the walls up here so the animals stop complaining about it. Let's see. I mean, I could, like, just hang a shirt up. That is always an option. Ice clock. This is probably wall-mounted. Yeah, there we go. Now they won't complain. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling now, because, like, I have plans, and I'm already kind of late for said plans, and I feel bad. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. I thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you back here tomorrow for more Animal Crossing New Leaf Welcome Amiibo. See you all then.